Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. You are watching Sari Knits. This is my knitting podcast and I usually talk about what I have on my needles and some other knitting projects. This is Luna and my name is Sari, and well, I don't know where to start. There's so many things racing through my head at the moment. There's like so much going on in the world and with the coronavirus. And on Monday we had a scare that Theo's kindergarten would be closed, but luckily it's still open. But let's see how things turn out the next week. If you have been watching my videos earlier, you might already know, but we moved from Vaasa, which is on the west coast of Finland, to Helsinki last at the end of October, very early November there, and they started the new daycare in Helsinki. And after that, I think we have caught every virus and every bacteria there is. We've been more often sick than we have been for a few years now. I think I have been 3 times sick during this winter. I got a normal flu, then I got the seasonal influenza A virus, and I was with high fever for 5 days, and after that I had 3 weeks of horrible cough, which is almost over, not yet. And then last Sunday Theo got the norovirus, so he was throwing up, and after that my husband got it, and then on Tuesday I got it too. And now that I'm finally like kind of okay, and would be okay to go outside and start doing stuff again, and then there's the coronavirus raging in the world, and everybody is really cautious, and as should be. And for example, my gym closed the doors for 2 weeks, and I haven't been to the gym since early February, before I got the influenza virus. And I was really looking forward to my dance class today, and now it's cancelled. And you can't really go anywhere, or you could, but I kind of don't want to, because we've been so much sick this winter, and really wouldn't want to catch anything else. And I don't know which one is worse, being sick or the whole quarantine thing. But let's see. I have a really important meeting at work on Monday morning, so I really have to go to the work office. Not looking forward to taking the public transportation, but just keep having to wash my hands really well and try not to touch my face. I usually knit on the bus, and I think it's a good way to not to touch your face, because you need your both hands to knit, so you don't have the third hand to touch your face all the time. So it's really good hobby also, because it's relaxing, and you can do it from the house. You don't have to go outside or meet other people, or of course it's fun to go outside and knit and meet people and knit, but you can also do it at home. So it's a good hobby, and I have such a massive stash of yarn at home that I think I could be quarantined for a year and I still wouldn't run out of yarn, probably. But I think it's the Western ideology that we are kind of used to having so much free will and we are free to leave the house anytime we want, go anywhere we want at any time, meet anyone we want, whenever we want, eat anything we want. If I want candy at 3 a.m. On Christmas Eve, there's a shop open. I can get, most probably I can get the candy that I want, but at least I can get some candy. And the thought of being homebound and not getting the stuff that we want the minute we have the urge to want it is quite foreign to us, and I think that is scary. And well, but I think just trying to stay calm, and I've been restricting myself to just government issued news and not read any sensational newspapers at this point, because the headlines are so crazy and scary. And well, 2 nights ago I couldn't really sleep because I was thinking about whether we should go and buy a lot of food at home and medicine and so on. And I kept thinking about those things and I couldn't sleep. But after that I made a conscious decision that I'm going to try to stay calmer and take things more easier. Here's Marlon, and you have the whole squad that is usually recording videos with me. Dale and my husband Magnus, they went outside to play, so I can film something. But yeah, that's what's happening at the moment. In the last video I talked about my work at Novita, and I talked about us getting ready for the H+H fair in Cologne in Germany, which is the biggest textile and crafts B2B show in Europe, an annual show, and Novita was going to be there. We had a big stand and we had been preparing for that for months, and I had been creating some really amazing knits for that, like this toffee colored, really amazing cabled cardigan and a white tunic with bubbles and cables, like really intricate bubbles and cables. Not really intricate bubbles, because bubbles are bubbles, but really intricate cables with bubbles. And then last week on Thursday, our truck to Cologne was about to leave, and on the night before, on Wednesday, I worked until 10:30 in the evening trying to get a sweater ready, because I had to fix the neckline, and I was really stressed out about it. And on Thursday morning, when I got to the office, the first thing I hear was that the H+H show is cancelled because of the coronavirus, and I just dropped everything, and it was so depressing. We had worked so hard for the show, and of course the design work doesn't go to waste, because we are going to use the designs in the autumn and winter issue of Novita magazine, and that was the original plan anyways, and that's still happening. But still, so much work and so much rushing, and I feel really sorry for everybody else who is involved. There are so many other people, like the people who build the shows and ship everything, and the people who clean there, the caterers, everything are now going to be without work. So it's a big thing, and that's just one show, and it's like happening everywhere at the moment. So no Cologne festival was for us this year. Probably next year again, but of course we have to do everything all over again. We can't use the same designs that we had this year for the show next year. There are so many other things being postponed or cancelled. Also, so many knit nights. I'm going to be having my first trunk show here in Helsinki at the beginning of April, but I'm quite positive that it will also be cancelled. And I've just started to teach knitting classes, and at the moment there are no opportunities to teach any classes because everything is cancelled. So it's affecting a lot of people in so many ways. But at least I can still knit, and I hope this video and my other videos will keep you some company for you to knit, because we can't meet up at the moment. I haven't really knitted that much during the past 2 weeks. First of all, because of the norovirus since last Sunday, and it really took out all my all my energy and all my. I was so tired, so it's been quite slow on that front. There are going to be 4 calls for test knitters open this week in my Ravelry group. So if you want to apply, head over there. I will post the link below this video. Sorry. And there's going to be the Keats hat, the Keats cowl, and if I have time to finish this headband, and I don't know if you remember, I showed you the scrunchie in my previous video. It wasn't finished. Actually, I can post a picture here over the video so you can see. This is a picture of my friend Erika wearing the scrunchie, and Erika has it at the moment, so I can't show it to you here on film. I'm calling it Pupu Scrunchie. Pupu means a bunny rabbit in Finnish. So because it has the bunny ears, and I'm trying to get those ready tonight. So about at the same time as this video goes live, there should be 4 calls for test knitters in my Ravelry group. I will show you the Keats hat and cowl in a bit. So if you want something to distract yourself from the world, maybe you want to apply for one of my test knits. Erika also took quite a lot of my other knits with her. She went to Lapland for 1 week, and she's a really amazing photographer, so she wanted to take photos of my knits. So she has both of my Auer pullovers, my Seleste pullover, Rauha pullover, one of my Bisbis berets, my socks, and stuff like that with her when she went to Lapland, and she's been taking really great photos. The Seleste pullover was supposed to come out this week, the pattern for the Seleste pullover, but because of the coronavirus, it affects everything. mYak, who I was collaborating with on the Seleste pullover, I was using mYak Baby Yak Baby Yak Medium for my pullover. They had trouble getting more stock of the yarn because of coronavirus, so I had to postpone the release date, but it's coming on 27th of March, so on Friday 27th is the release date for the Seleste Pullover. And I'm wearing the Fleuriste pullover, and this was in collaboration with Kettle Yarn Company in their Baskerville yarn, and the colorway is called Dawn, and this is being test knitted at the moment, and the pattern will come out on the last day of April. So really looking forward to releasing these patterns. And also the patterns I mentioned, Auer pullover and Rauha pullover, they are both coming out like between Seleste and this Fleuriste, so at the beginning of April and mid-April. And have one more pattern that is coming out very soon. This is also going to be out at the beginning of April. This is already in Finnish. This was exclusive pattern for a Finnish charitable sock knitting competition called Sukka Finlandia. And now my test knitters are working on the English translation, and this will come out in early April in English. And the yarn I have used for this was in collaboration with Wool Me Once, and this is the gold glitter sock yarn base, and the colorway is called Rose Gold. So these are the Laura socks. I think I forgot to mention the name. So Laura sock pattern. So those are the new patterns coming out from me. Oh, one more new pattern. I don't have the original shawl, so I only have my swatch of the shawl. This is a shawl I made for Making Stories magazine, which is coming out very soon, the issue number 3, and this is my contribution to the magazine. And it's a triangular shawl. It started with the wider side and then worked towards the tip, so it keeps decreasing, kind of like when you knit a top-down pullover, you do the hard work first and then it's easy going. It's the same with this one. So you start at the top and you knit this part here first, and then the lace. This is inspired by the Japanese lace pattern, so I have slightly modified the pattern of Hitomi Shida's Japanese knitting stitch Bible. And then at the end, I don't know if you can see, but there's going to be like this elongated ripping or garter stitch and some eyelet rows, so it's really easy peasy. And this is worked in Gardner number 1. It's a lovely rustic yarn, and you can see here the pattern. So this is going to be in the new Making Stories issue number 3 magazine. I'm really looking forward to getting my copy, and I also requested one extra copy of the magazine so I can have a giveaway. I'm not sure yet if I will have the giveaway here on YouTube or whether it will be an Instagram giveaway, but let's see. But as soon as I get my hands on the magazine, I will show some more of it to you. And what else? I've been really lazy with pattern writing at the moment due to all the illness and the busyness of my day job at Novita. But yeah, life is busy sometimes. This has been my bus knitting project. As you can see, it hasn't really progressed much since I showed it to you in the previous episode. That's because I haven't been to work for the whole week because of the stomach flu. and on Thursday and Friday I worked from home so that I don't get other people sick at work. So I haven't really been outside of the house much since last Sunday. We might go ice skating today. Let's see if we do it, or for a walk along the shore and into the woods. But I really want to go outside because I've been so much inside for for a week now. What else? But yeah, so this is going to be a slightly cropped t-shirt with short row heels and short row sleeves. I'm also working on short row heel for my socks. Talking whatever. So short row sleeve cups, so they look like it would be set in sleeve, but it's not. It's worked with short rows, and also I don't know if I'm going to make a turtleneck or a slightly higher neckline for it, and I'm using Einrum. This is the E+2, which this is like Icelandic wool and thigh silk. And I think the colorway was called something like olive. So this is my mindless bus project. Another bus knitting project that I have are these socks. They don't really have a name yet. I haven't really settled on a name. Somebody suggested on Instagram that they could be called ballet socks or ballerina socks. I was thinking about tutu, like the ballerina tutu skirt, because they have like this airy ruffle. But let's see what I'm going to call them. I have used Lanka-kauppa Titity's Feel It yarn club. This is the second Feel It yarn club, and this is the Skein Queen's sock yarn. So there's this really beautiful spring color like speckles. So there's like pink, purple, yellowish, bluish speckles on a lighter base, and then I used leftover silk mohair from my Bisbee beret. This is from the light colored Bisbee beret. So this is Knitting for Olive's soft silk mohair, and the colorway is called Cloud. So it's not quite white. It's like very, very slightly pink. It's really hard to describe, but it's like very, very, very pale pink yarn. So this is the socks, and here's the short row heel I was talking about, and I have the second sock on my needles at the moment, so it's still without the ruffle, so you can see the difference. And these are like very basic socks. So it started with a provisional cast on, and there's some ribbing on the inside so it stays in place, and then it's folded double, and this line of pearl stitches here is like folded double, and then the cast on edge and the stitches from the provisional cast on edge and the working stitches on the needles are worked pulled together. So there's going to be this like line, and ruffle is picked up from that line of stitches, and it's like this lacy lacy ruffle in Mohair. So very simple. I think they look really cute even without the ruffles. So they are very basic socks if you want very basic socks. And because there's the ribbing on the inside, they still stay very well on your foot and don't start sliding down. And there's some very minimalistic short row heel that I like making for my socks. So this is the second sock coming up, and as soon as I'm ready with that, I will also write a pattern for those. Many of you have been asking about a pattern for the pattern for these socks. I showed this to you in the previous episode. Here is the kids hat that I was talking about. So this is ready for test knitting now. You can apply in my Ravelry group. It requires about 100 grams of fingering weight yarn. I used Auer with their new base. It's like a 50% alpaca and 50% masham wool base, and the colorway is called Eames. And it has a matching cowl. I still haven't finished this. The ends are still unwoven. But here's the cowl, matching Keith's cowl, and this is also ready for test knitting. It has this like split. I can show it up. I'll put it on so you can see. It looks like this. So even though the spring is coming, this is like really good for example, hiking and camping. Really easy to wear. And this is also in the same Auer yarn, and the colorway is called Portrait. And I think these two look amazing together. It's like this deep, like almost sea green color, and this is like very light grayish green. So it's beautiful set. These are ready for test knitting. About 100 grams of fingering weight yarn, about 200 grams of fingering weight yarn for this one. And then another finished. This is still unblocked. This is the Marie pullover. And I already talked about making the short row sleeves for the green Mindless Bus project. This has the same sleeve construction. So the sleeves are knitted seamlessly, even though it looks like they are set in, but they are picked from the body, and then they are worked in short rows to create the sleeve cap, and then downwards towards the cuffs. The only seam in this pullover is here along the neckline. So the band here on the neck is started with the same way as toe-up socks are started with Judy's Magic Cast On, and then on the other end it's you work together with Kitchener stitch. So this is like kind of a tube that goes around, and then it's applied to the neckline, and I made a bow here on the other side, but I was thinking you could also have the bow here at the front or at the neck, so you can change the place of the bow before you apply it, but you can see where you want it to be and what's most like your style. I worked this in Knitting for Olives Merino and soft silk mohair, and the colorway for both yarns is dark camel. So I think this is going to be one of my favorite pullovers to wear as soon as I get it blocked. But for this one I have woven in all the yarn ends. That's like a lot for me. It doesn't happen often. But anyway, the only pullover I have to show you this time. And something else to show you still. New yarn. This is Wool Me Once. Remember the Auer pullover I knitted with Wool Me Once? It was the golden coppery color. The colorway is called Aslan, and this is the same colorway but on a different base. So this is a new base from Wool Me Once. It's called Rukki single. Rukki means a spinning wheel in Finnish. And this is 100% Finnish wool single ply yarn. And I'm really excited about this project. We've been talking about this with Laura from Wool Me Once for, I think, since last summer. And this is going to be a collaboration between us, and going to make a poet shawl. So it's going to have like this, it's going to be a triangular shawl with sections of moss stitch, which is my favorite textured knitting stitch pattern, and then the poet lace chart. That's very popular with the poet pullover and the poet poetry pullover. So it's the poet and poetry pullovers are going to have another sister poet shawl, and I'm also planning to make poet socks. I don't know if you like that idea, but it's something that I'm planning to make. But anyway, poet shawl coming up. I might be using a sample knitter for the shawl. I don't know yet, but it's coming very soon. Really exciting. And I think I have one more thing to show you. One yarn and one project, and then that's that for today. I'm going to go outside and enjoy the weather as long as it's still light outside. Like I said, I've been homebound for a week, and let's see when we are going to be homebound again, if we get quarantined or something like that. I started to make a summer top, because if you want something done by summer, you really have to start now, otherwise you're knitting it the whole summer, and when it's ready it's already autumn, at least here in Finland, where the summer usually lasts for like one day. But anyway, this is going to be the front. It's going to be like this, it's going to have buttons here at the front, so you can kind of like have it open as a vest on top of a flowy summer dress, or then you can have it buttoned up as a tank top. But it's going to be a sleeveless top with buttons, and this mock cable. Oops, dropping my stitches when I'm. Oh. So it's like a mock cable lace pattern. So there are no cables, even though it looks like there's cables, but there are no cables, just yarn overs and decreases to both directions. And my favorite summer top for the past few years has been the Roman holiday top that I've worked in Knitting for Olive's Pure Silk. It's the white one with V neck on both front and back. And I wanted to knit another silk top, so I'm using the same yarn, knitting for Olive Pure Silk. The colorway is called Cardamom. I kind of like think it looks like, I used to do a lot of clay work, like ceramics and pottery. When I was growing up, I kind of missed the pottery classes, but I'll show you my hands soon. I'll show you how horrible my hands are at the moment, so I could even think about doing any ceramics and my hands would die at that point. But I kind of like think this looks like ceramics before that it's burnt or glazed. So I'm calling clay at the moment, but I don't know, playing around clay or ceramist or pottery for the name for this stuff, but I haven't settled on the name yet. But anyway, this one has been keeping me busy at the moment. I'm trying to become more monogamous, not like totally monogamous, but I usually have like 10 projects, and I'm trying to focus on one project more and to get that ready before starting on another. I think it's kind of working. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 projects on my needles at the moment, so I think that's a pretty good number, manageable. It's less than 10 anyway. I bought also at the same time as I bought that cardamom color, I bought a second color. It's called copper. It's the same yarn, and I'm planning to use this for another summer top, maybe something simple, stockinette stitch at top. One idea in my head, but let's see what this becomes. But as soon as I'm ready with this one, I will be casting on another one. The silk yarn, I'm holding double. I think I forgot to say, because this is like really like light fingering, I would say. So holding them together so I can work them on 3.75mm needles, so it's manageable. The silk yarn is kind of like cotton or linen. It's not at all stretchy, so it's not the most pleasurable yarn to work with. It's kind of irritating to work with. I don't really like knitting, for example, with linen yarn. And this kind of falls in the same category, but because I know that I'm going to love wearing it, then I can manage to work with it, knit with it. But anyways, I think that is pretty much everything I have for today. Yeah, but that's everything I have for today. Check out my Ravelry group for the calls for test knitters if there's something you're interested in. And I'll also add my Instagram handle and link to my Instagram page below this video. So if you want to see more of what I do and make, because I'm notoriously lazy about recording videos at the moment. So if you want to keep up with what I do, then go and check out my Instagram page and give me a follow. But thanks for watching my videos. I hope you are all doing fine on the other side of the screen, and let's look after each other and stay positive, stay calm, stay safe, and keep washing the hands. I know everybody says that, but it helps. But that's everything. Oh, I forgot to show you my hands. I think I've told you that I'm an atopic. I have an atopic skin condition, and all this washing of hands and hand just called desifying. Desifying, what's the word? But anyway, the hands really irritates my skin. So this, I don't know if you can see it there. There you can see how my hands look. So the skin is starting to peel off and it's hurting. But I rather have hands that are hurting than I get sick. But yeah, we all have our little problems, and I know that my skin condition is a small problem in the world today. But yeah, have a nice day and thanks for watching.